So I just wanted to come on and talk for a second. I talked about this many times, as many people have heard me over the years saying about it. Like, we have to admit, social media, YouTube, Twitch, other social media platforms, even Facebook or even Twitter itself, X as we call it now, they're very good. They're very good platforms for people to keep in touch and communicate and stuff like that. But my concern is, and you see it every day of the week when you're around the villages and towns of the country, or on public transport and things like that. You see so many young people, these are 5 or 6 at most, and some ages even probably 4 year olds, using their fathers or mothers' phones and stuff like that. And my worry is, and you see with Twitch particularly at the moment, Twitch released a new update to basically to their code of conduct on Twitch. So as you know, at the moment, Twitch is basically just nearly a porn website at this stage. And obviously, as you know, there's a lot of young people who'll be watching gaming live streams and stuff like that. Innocently, we were saying 6 or 7 very innocent people that wouldn't, you know, it be something that they shouldn't be exposed to. And this is literally on the front page of Twitch, to be totally honest, what's happening at the moment. With the Twitch's code of conduct, letting people do pole dancing and stuff like that on a social media platform like that. Now there is platforms for that, and that if people want to go and do that, that's their own business. But my worry is, my concern is, I've said it time and time again, that many young people, and it's to do with the agenda too. The World Economic Forum agenda is there like that. They just want to over sexualize people, and that's what society's turned into now. And they want to try and do with young people too. You see what the government are trying to do here, the education board. I'm not even going to repeat what they want to do with young children to teach them to do. I'm not even going to even go there because that's at another level. Like Twitch has have lost the plot, but the government here have lost the plots up in fear. So because literally they are talking about trying to teach them to like it's unspeakable what they want to do. To teach children, it borders. It really does border abuse, and you know basically what else they could say in terms of the law, what it is, in terms of what they're trying to teach in schools and primary schools to the young children of 5 or 6 years old. We see what they want to do if they get away with it. We see the books they're trying to push into schools and stuff like that, and it's disgraceful. They're taking advantage of people. Again, I'm sure everybody would agree. When we were all the same age, we wouldn't get it. We wouldn't get all over sexualized stuff and stuff like that, and children will be very confused. Let's put it that way. And we should protect young people's citizens as much as we can, particularly young children. We should protect them for as much as we can. Obviously, it's better to learn about stuff than hearing from the back of the garden shed or whatever. But at the same time, you can't. What's happening at the moment? We simply just have to protect our young people, our children. They are the future of the next generation. They are the next generation, basically. So we have a duty as young, even as teenagers, as 20-year-old as I am. We have a duty to say to the state, to politicians, to big corporations like this, that this is not on. It simply is not on. Because as I say, many young people use Twitch. Even when I was younger, before I was uh, 18 and stuff, I used to watch gaming live streams on Twitch. I used to watch High 4 games, Buck Cohen and Dankus Mimicus, on the Twitch channel. They'd be doing multiplayer games and I'd be watching it. And quite innocently, young people could go on to Twitch to watch them things. It's innocent, as that, just watch video games, but there's a sinister side to it. And particularly with the update to the code of conduct on Twitch, PODATs and truck and etc etc etc. And basically, anybody can just get into it. Basically, you don't even have to have an account on Twitch. A person that is 7 or even 8 could just get into it, and there's just a small wall, and there's no really stopping them from getting it. And this is my concern. And as I said, I talked about this before too, in the Irish situation, as I say, with the books. I mentioned it there a second ago. But it's just an overall sexualization of children. And it should not be happening. It should not be happening. It's simple as that. It wouldn't be tolerated. Years ago, it wouldn't be tolerated. I know people said the Catholic Church and stuff like that here in this country wouldn't allow it. It wasn't allowed. It was no go area talking about all this stuff. But not even that. It's not moral. It's not right that what the politicians, particularly NGOs and the radical far left, are trying to push on children. It isn't right. And I do appeal to Twitch to reverse the guidelines, or either that or make it that if people want to do that kind of stuff, they have to have an account on Twitch and they have to have their details verified to make sure they're over 18. So they have to have a license or some kind of identification saying they can access this live stream for if they have identification saying they're over 18, and that would help a lot. Because what's happened at the moment, as I say, people could just waltz in, and then a 7-year-old could just waltz in and see unspeakable things being done. And this is on a public live stream, on a public platform. This is not on some shady part of the internet. This is a gaming live stream company. And I have to just applaud. I know YouTube says to me a lot, and they probably kick me very hard for this, for speaking up and saying, because you're not allowed to criticize what children are taught nowadays. You just have to go with the agenda, and if you don't do that, you'll be shouted down by radical left, by NGOs being saying, oh, this, that, and the other, that you don't want children to learn and stuff like that, and it's all natural and stuff like that. You hear all this bullshit basically, and let's just call it straight. But it has to be, the record has to be set, and there has to be spoken up. Parents have to stand up for the children, and that they stand up for other children too, even though you don't have children, that they stand up and be counted and say, this is not on, this is not appropriate. And as simple as that, and we have to just say it straight. We can't be pussyfooting around with this, excuse my language, but we simply cannot do that, because they will take advantage of people's weakness. We see this at the moment with the government. They're trying to push in heavy legislation to over-sexualise children. I can't stress this enough too, even just in the tone from Ireland. Like, it's happening everywhere, basically. And I do want to just go back to the statement I was taking a second ago. I do appreciate YouTube. YouTube's always been very tough on this kind of content on the platform. You can't watch it unless you are verified age until you're 18, unless you give them the driver's license or whatever. I do appreciate YouTube for that. Now, in fairness, YouTube is one of the safest places for that kind of stuff. In fairness, even though YouTube would set you a lot for speaking stuff, your mind about different things, but I do appreciate YouTube doing that. But something has to be done, and we have to kind of speak up and stand up and say no. And I do appeal to Twitch to think, not think about their pockets. You can't, as Candace Owen said, you can't choose God and money at the same time. You have to choose one of the two, being moral and being righteous, or being corrupt and being basically just being evil and taking money, taking the devil's money. You can't do it both ways, basically. You can't do both ways, and that's what I appeal to Twitch, to think about young people. Just think about it, because we can't allow it. We simply can't allow it. We have to make sure our children enjoy their childhood and shouldn't be watching this kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's all about the health and well-being of our children, of the next generation. It's important that we do raise them as best as we can, and protect them for as long as we can, because we have to. And I end on this sad note: the world is a dangerous place, and there's people out there that want to cause harm, that want to propagate and propagandize our young people, and we have to stand up and be counted. Thank you.